Hey, welcome back, all. Hope you are all doing good. So, if you are into the LLM world, or large language models, or generative AI, you might have heard a word called RAG. RAG is Retrieval Augmented Generative AI. So, if, like you, or like all of you, I also thought of what is this RAG, and I was having a very difficulty to understanding it. So, in this video, I try to simplify it to do it in a layman terms so that you can understand. From there, you can take it to the next level. So before we understand about the RAG, so we will need to understand the challenges with the existing LLMs. So let's take the challenges with the LLMs is that these LLMs are trained on the online data that is an open source. So, but these data sets having they don't have the quality, they lack the data quality, and they are having a lot of they don't have any domain specific knowledge. So that means our models are trained on a data which is of not having the quality and not having any domain specific knowledge. To give an example, you have each organization, it have its own vocabulary, so definition of words, right? If you wanted to get the domain specific definition of any word, it's very hard to get it with the LLM. Those are trained on the open source data. And the other problem is that they create confidently create give an answer that is of incorrect. That's a false positive. So that's what called the hallucination. And I see some of these scenarios where your intent is different compared to the what the LLM is interpreting. So these are the some of the challenges of these LLMs. These are the very few. There may be a lot of other challenges, but very high level. If most of us we experience with these three challenges. So how can we address these challenges? Because we cannot take this LLM or generative AI application and put it in for our customers. So we need to solve that solution. We need to come up with a solution for it. So the solution for it is either we have to retrain the model, like the retrain the model with our domain specific knowledge, but the retraining a model is very resource intensive and it's an expensive operation because you have to have a very high end machines, and these requires a lot of amount of time and lot of resources. So that is another solution, but that's an expensive. But the other approach we can the other approach where we can solve these challenges is in the RAG. So what is the basically RAG? So RAG is try to address the challenges that we mentioned earlier. So the LLM, these have challenges of no domain specific knowledge, hallucination, and the low confidence and the response generator. So the RAG is try to bridge a gap between these, fill the gap, fill the gap using by building a bridge. So RAG will have the two things in implementation. One is a retrieval model, another is a generative model. So the retrieval model, what it will do is, let me go to the next slide so that we'll see that. So this is the way the RAG will be look like. RAG implementation. It is a paradigm in the generative AI. So assume that you are trying to talk to a user. User is using a chatbot, and he is trying to talk to. He's asked a question for it. So what it will do is in this pattern is that it will take this information and go to the database that are online sources of the documents that are user specific, and then it will get that information and use that information and pass that information to the LLMs along with the user questions. So that way, the LLM will get the context and relevant information and the user question. So the LLM use this information to generate a custom specific response that user intent. So and that will return the results to the chatbot. So if you see this here, if we closely observe, there are two activities happening. So one is the retrieval, the information relevant to the user query is getting from the specific data of the user, and then uh, that data is augmented with the LLM. If you wanted to see it, so this is what happening. So in the above box, the box that is colored with the red in the above is basically the chatbot is going to talk to the database or different data sources and getting the data. That is called the retrieval phase. And then it's taking the data and passing that information to the LLM. That means it is augmenting the user prompt with the data retrieved from the custom data sources or user specific data sources. And this uh, response generated, the LLM use these data sets, and it uses its knowledge, open source knowledge, and understand the user intent, and then it will give the response to the users. So this is what about the RAG. It's about the retrieval augmented generator. Means it's a paradigm in which it will go and retrieve the data from a data sources or documents, and then pass that information, add as a context to the user prompt, and send it to the LLM so that LLM can respond with a if he confidently the user specific intent. So that's about the LLM. So the advantages with the LLM is what are the benefits of this approach? So the benefits is like it enhances the LLM memory. So LLMs have a memory called the parametric memory that is limited. So with the RAG, we are getting the data from the external sources, means that we are improving the memory of the LLM. That's we are expanding the knowledge base of the LLM. That's the one advantage. And we are adding a context. We are sending that our prompt to the LLM. We are putting a more relevant context in case of asking the question to the LLM, so that LLM can better understand the context and generate a response in specific to the users. And this and one more beauty of this LLM approach is that it can give you the reference of where how it retrieved that information from, what is the base for these responses. So, and that way it will reduce the hallucinations, right? So these are the some of the benefits. So we will uh, go and see it in uh, actions in our local machine, in our local, so that you will understand. So in the previous video, you might have set up the for all in your local machine. So I have started the GPT for all machine in my machine. So I have installed it in the location called I have installed in the C users Naresh GPT for all. So this is where I installed my GPT for all, and I have the bin directory, and I have the chat application. When you open the chat application, it will open for you. And we have configured the model as a GPT for 4 GPT-4 GPT-4 all Falcon is the model we are selected. And if you wanted a different model, you can go to the click on this hamburger button and go to the download section, and then you can select the whatever the model. You have to download the model into your local using this download button, so that you can that will show up in your drop down to select. So this is the about the uh, this is a chat bot. So let me go and try to first write a query and see that what it will do. So I'm going to write a query like what is Apache iceberg. So let's see what it is going to do. So it is generating the response because the response time is little low because my machine is running in my local, right? It's not resource in it not have enough resources. But if you see that it generated the response to us, but there is no guarantee that how do we know that this information is correct or not? There is no way to for us to understand it's correct, right? So and and there may be scenarios it may give them a false information very confidently. So these are some challenges that we discussed, that we had seen in the previous slide. So how we can do is for this GPT-4 for all GPT-4 all Falcon model, what we'll do is we will give our specific documents that have the specific data related to it, so that it will go and read that information from those documents and will give that. To do that one, what we have to do is you have to click on this settings button. When you when you do have the settings button, it will show you, it will take you to the screen, and here you have the model is the model details, model parameters. And if you click on here, you have a local docs. It will allow you to pass some local documents. So for this use case, what I will do is I will go and give some of the documents, PDF documents in my local machine. So here in this location, I have the books related to the system design, iceberg, and some of the snowflake stuff. So we are passing this location to our model so that it will read this document and have this information as in the context. So let me select this folder, and then we need to give some name to this folder. So then click on the add. When you click on the add, it will do the indexing of these documents. So now I have added here. So this will have all this information. So let me go close this one. Let me verify that it's Havis. Yeah, it's Havis this one. So now I have configured the documents, PDF documents in my local to refer LLM to refer whenever it's trying to answer a question. So let me go and ask the same question and see what it is going to return. So it is going to give the exact answer, but it will try to tell us where is this information it is retrieved. All those reference points it will give us, so that we can confidently say that it generated the response. Oh, it's not generated. Hey, sorry, my bad. I forgot to do the one more step here. So once we added these documents to this path, local document collection. So we have to click on this button and select this local document, so that it will consider these documents whenever it's uh, generating the response. So let me go and do the same query, so that let's see what is Apache iceberg. So if you see that it was saying that it's looking into the local docs whenever it's trying to read that information. So I think it is giving the more information from our previous prompt or questions, and it will also cite the where is it referring. So yeah, you see that it is telling that it is getting the information from this document, this page, and the page number here. So this all this information is used to generate the response. So that is what about the RAG. So with the RAG, we can add our knowledge base into the LLM knowledge base, so that RAG can give a more relevant responses instead of the open source responses. It was open source data that is trained on it. So this will allow the applications like the organizations to confidently build their applications on the generative AI LLM models confidently. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you like this. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment in the comment section. Bye.